Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, assalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil makhluqin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Dear friends, as we know, the world is going through one of the worst adversities that the mankind has ever suffered. The pandemic COVID-19 has put us in a great deadlock. A great dilemma is seen everywhere, every spheres of life. People are in lockdown, they are in homestay. But this time has given us a golden opportunity to look into ourselves, to refurbish the very nature of the way what we do, the way we are doing things, the way we are thinking. So today, as I'm communicating with the students, I would like to share one of my experiences. When I embarked into my teaching career before 18 years, in the very first year, my institution conducted a farewell party for their graduating students. During the party, I noticed one thing. On the stage, the students had written in big letters, "Let the world enjoy our service." I was really impressed with their action. This message is the most important gift that a group of students can give to the teachers and to the rest of the world. Actually, I would like to tell you some thoughts based on these words. Remember, we are all students. As William Wordsworth, the famous English poet, rightly said, he coined an idiom in one of his poems that the child is the father of man. What does it mean? Tomorrow's leaders are today's students. Your generation is going to lead the world tomorrow. So this generation should possess some kind of qualities. You know, human beings have a lot of qualities, many qualities we can count. Truthfulness, honesty, compassion, being compassionate, etc., etc. We cannot distinct this quality is much better than this one, or this quality is much weaker than this. No, qualities are qualities. So, but no one can deny that being compassionate is the most important quality that the current world demands from the new generation. Thinking about other people's life, being considerate is one of the most important quality that a person should possess. As a growing generation, as the generation next, you should have this quality. So with education, most of the students may think that I have to grab a job, I have to go beyond, I have to go after the titles, the wonderful titles, promising titles. But before you embark on titles and all, you should gather the quality of being a people's person. So first of all, you have to understand that you have a lot of things to do for the world. So you have to be very much clear that which category you are going to fall in after your graduation, after your education. Being a doctor, being an engineer, and simply do the prescribed job in that particular area will not do any good for the next generation. So instead of being simply a professional, you have to always think about what I can give. Sometimes teachers or parents or elders when they ask the students, what do you want to be? Students say that I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be blah 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 things. So, but I would like to tell you that it is not what you want to be, but you have to get a shift in the phrase of your answer. The answer should be what I want to do. So instead of saying I want to be an engineer, you say I want to find out a solution for the plastic problem. How can we create a world where free from plastics? So this kind of tendency, a pharmacist, for example, if somebody is studying for pharmacy, he should not say that I want to be a pharmacist. No, you have to say, I want to find a remedy for cancer. I want to find a remedy for chronic diseases. I want to find a remedy for COVID-19. This should be the great idea that pulls you, that is the threshold for you to go ahead in your career and in your future. As the future generation, the society has given a lot of things for you, and it has taken a lot of pain to give you the rightful education, and you have to be very much careful that your sons and daughters, your children, the generation after you will also get a proper education, proper guidance, and proper livelihood. So what you have to do is that think about the future, think about the world. So you have to be a servant leader. The concept of the idea of servant leader is very much prominent and very much promising also for the generation next. What do you mean by servant leader? Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, including him, many leaders were servants of leaders. What do you mean by that? So Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that Sayyidul Qawm Khadimahum means a leader of a society, a particular leader of a particular society should be the servant of that particular community. This is the great message which often neglected. It is neglected by many of the politicians, public leaders of the current world. So that is why many people suffer from a lot of issues: poverty, corruption, extremism. So what we have to do is that you have to understand the term very well and act accordingly. So when you are the leader, of course, you have to lead the world. After your education, after your graduation, you are going to into the field to serve the people. When you serve the people, of course, you have to take the leadership. So when you take the leadership, you have to be benevolent. Instead of administering your power, you have to helping the people, poor people, the needy people. So when you understand the term very right, in the right manner, in the right meaning, so you will be able to render a lot of service to the people. You can find out a lot of people, a lot of leaders like that. Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, a lot of Sufis like Rifari. You can find out they all rendered their life for the people, but never they lost their life. They are still remembered, and their deeds still inspire the people. So what we have to do is that we have to get a real hero. A role model, you should have a role model. Whatever we get from the textbook, whatever we learn from in the school or college education, we have to go beyond that limit. So whatever the input we got, we have to take those knowledge, bits of knowledge into practical sides. So there is a hadith from Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ana wa kafil yatimi hakadha fil jannah. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam pointed out two of his fingers like this, and he showed that I and those who take care of orphans are like this in the heaven, in the paradise. So that means he will be, those who take care of orphans will be very much closer to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the paradise. So that is the offer that Rasul gave. That means many people are studying, many people are learning, many people heard that hadith, but that knowledge, that ilm is not at all fulfilled when they are not trying to protect the the yatims or the orphans or the destitutes. You can see the examples of many people. Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmed, alias Khandabramapi Abu Bakr Musliya, he learned this hadith, and he took that bit of knowledge into his in the path of his action. So when he acted, a university, a big institution was born, and a lot of students are getting rightful education through his ventures. So what I am saying is that in order to be a benevolent leader, in order to be a servant leader, you have to have some kind of qualities. First of all, you have to be a people's person. You have to be compassionate. You have to be a visionary too. So whenever you are, so you needed to wait. You have to complete your secondary education or collegiate education, tertiary level education, to think about the agenda, to fix the agenda, how to serve the community. Now you can think from now itself. From your education, you should have a vision. What do you want to? What do you have to do? What do you have to? How are you going to serve your community? That is why I told you the category of your field should be finalized. It should be clear for you from this moment itself. So in order to go for that, in order to do that very well, you should have a wide range of knowledge. Read extensively. Reading makes a full man. Sir Lord Francis Bacon once said, the father of English essay, said that reading makes a full man. That in order to be a full man, you have to read excessively. Extensive reading will help you. So read classic literature, read great books of Ibn Khaldun, Ibn Jawzi, or great writers like them. So read them and get the ideas how to serve the world. Read about history, and then you can be a world citizen. Once again, I would like to remind you that let the world enjoy your service. Thank you very much.